Pat Sajak was born in Chicago in 1946, growing up in a small, cramped apartment with his family. Life wasn't easy. His dad worked hard hauling steel, and his mom took a part-time job wrapping candy. When Pat was just 15, his father passed away, and he started delivering newspapers early in the morning to help his mom pay rent. Even with these challenges, Pat had a big dream. He wanted to be on the radio. In high school, Pat loved practicing his voice. He'd skip lunch just to mimic popular radio DJs and spent hours working on his timing and delivery. After graduating, he got a night job at a hotel where he practiced his weather reports late at night, using the clock's chimes to keep perfect timing. One day, he won a radio contest that got him a guest spot on a local Chicago radio station, and people really liked his style and jokes. Then, in 1968, Pat was drafted into the Army during the Vietnam War. At first, he was stuck doing office work, which made him feel uneasy since others were out in danger. After asking for a transfer several times, a congressman helped him get assigned to Armed Forces Radio in Vietnam. There, Pat hosted morning shows for soldiers, broadcasting from a studio protected by sandbags and with a loaded gun under the desk for safety. His voice gave soldiers a sense of home, and his mix of jokes, music, and weather became something many looked forward to each day, even with some funny mistakes along the way. After the war, Pat wasn't famous yet. He took a small job at a struggling radio station in Kentucky, where he learned all parts of broadcasting. When he lost that job, he moved to Nashville and worked hard, even doing live weather reports during a tornado that made him popular. A talent scout later noticed him, and he moved to Los Angeles to become a top local weatherman. His big break came in 1981 when Wheel of Fortune needed a new host. At first, NBC didn't think a local weatherman would work on a national game show and said no. But after fans complained and the original host left, they gave Pat a chance. That decision changed everything. Pat became the face of the show for more than 40 years, known for his quick wit, funny catchphrases, and perfect timing. Over the years, Wheel of Fortune became one of the most watched shows on TV, with millions tuning in every night. Pat set records as the longest-serving game show host ever. He even got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But not every moment was easy. In later years, some fans noticed Pat's jokes got a bit sharper, and a few viral moments showed a tougher side. Still, most people loved him and respected his decades of dedication. Off-screen, Pat kept his family life private. He was married twice and had 2 kids who stayed mostly out of the spotlight. While he was famous for hosting, Pat also loved crosswords and even wrote puzzles under a fake name, donating money to scholarships. He also returned to acting on stage, showing he's more than just a game show host. In 2019, everything changed. Pat had a serious medical emergency where part of his intestine twisted, cutting off blood flow. The surgery was risky, and there was a moment when he thought he might not make it. While recovering, he had vivid hallucinations and realized he didn't want to miss more family moments. This experience made him rethink his life. In 2023, Pat announced he was retiring after nearly 40 years on Wheel of Fortune. He said he wanted to spend more time with family and focus on his health. It was a tough choice, but one he felt was necessary. Pat Sajak's story is about more than just hosting a game show. It's about hard work, sacrifice, and finally choosing what matters most.